Welcome back, boys and girls. This week, we are going to be learning a new strategy. We are going to be learning how to make a 10 to add. I'm going to share my screen and let's look at our learning target. Our learning target today is I can make a 10 to add. And we are going to learn what that means today. So we're going to start with just a review of some of the strategies and models that we've learned to help us add and subtract. So I have a story problem for us to work on. The story problem says, there are 8 children on a bus. 5 more children got on. So how many children are on the bus now? If there were 8 children on the bus and 5 more children got on the bus, then how many children are on the bus now? I want you to go ahead, gather your materials such as paper and pencil or your whiteboard and marker, and I want you to go ahead and solve that problem. Think about what it's asking you to do. If there were 8 children on the bus and 5 more got on the bus, how many are on the bus now? Go ahead, show me a model and an equation. Hit pause, and when you're ready, hit play. I saw some great thinking happening and several different models that you used. Let's go over a few of those that I saw. I saw someone use counters, and they used their counting on strategy. Remember, that's when you start with the number you know and count on to find out how many in all. So they started with the number 8. Then they counted on 5 more. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 8 and 5 more gave them 13. What would be an equation that would go with their model? That's right. 8 plus 5 equals 13. And I drew my box around the 13 because that's the number we're solving for. That's our unknown. But I saw some other models happening. I saw someone else use a number line. I've drawn out my number line. Where should they start? That's right, at 8. So they drew their 8. And then how many more should they hop? That's right, 5 more. So they used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they added 5. And what was their answer? 13. Those are 2 of the strategies that you've used to help you solve. I also saw where someone used a part whole. They knew 8 were on the bus, and they knew 5 more joined them. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So their answer was also 13. Well, today we are going to be learning a new strategy. We are going to learn to make a 10 to help us add. So let's review for a moment. What makes 10? What are some ways that we can make 10? Go ahead and write down as many ways as you can to equal 10. Hit pause, and when you're ready, hit play. Great job, mathematicians. I see that you've come up with a lot of ways to make 10. So here I have a chart that's going to help us review. I've got numbers all the way from 0 to 10. Your job is to help me create number partners that will help make 10. Are you ready? What is a way that I could build 10? Great job. So I heard someone say 3 and 7. Let's see if they're right. Everybody put 3 in our head, 3, and let's count on 7 more. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Were they right? Yes, 3 plus 7 equals 10, and 7 plus 3 equals 10. What if I started with the number 1? If I'm at 1, how many more do I need to get to 10? Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many more do I need? That's right. I need 9 because 1 plus 9 equals 10. And 9 plus 1 more also equals 10. You guys are rocking this. What if I had 2? How many more would I need to get to 10? Did you figure it out? Let's try it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So guys, how many more do I need? That's right, I need 8 more because 2 plus 8 equals 10. And 8 plus 2 equals 10. What if I had 0? What would I have to add to 0 to get to 10? That's right. I would need 10. If I'm at 0 and I add 10, then that is 10. The number doesn't change when you add 0 to a number. There's a couple left. What if I had 5? What would I need to add to 5 to get to 10? Let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many more did you need? That's right, you needed 5 more. Because 5 plus 5 equals 10. This one's not that hard. What if I had 4? How many more would I need to get to 10? Let's try it out. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many more do you need? 6. Because 4 plus 6 equals 10, and 6 plus 4 equals 10. These are all the number partners that make 10. Now that we've reviewed our number partners to make 10, now we're ready to use our strategy, making a 10 to add. So we had 8 children on the bus, and then we got 5 more. Well, here's how we use this strategy. We start off with our first number. So we have, what's our first number? 8, right? So for this purpose, I'm going to use a 10 frame because it's make a 10 to add, so it makes sense to use a 10 frame. So remember that we draw a 10 frame by starting with a rectangle. We slice that rectangle in half, and then we need 4 lines down. Can you count with me? 1, 2, 3, 4. And that gives us 5 boxes on top and 5 boxes on bottom. And we learned that 5 and 5 make, that's right, it makes 10. I'm also going to use another 10 frame. So I'm using a double 10 frame. A double 10 frame, or some people like to call it a 20 frame, because it has 2 pairs of 10 frames. So there's one 10 frame here and one 10 frame here. So if I have 10 and 10, let's count by tens. 10, 20. So that's why it's sometimes called a double 10 frame or a 20 frame. Now we said that we started off with 8 children on the bus. So I'm going to go ahead and put my 8 children on there. So there's my 8 children. Now I'm going to show my 5 more children that got on the bus too. And I'm going to show them differently so I know it's a different number. Now, I have 8 and 5. Well, I can move, I know there's 2 empty places up here. So I'm going to move this one up here and this one up here. So now I have 10 plus, how many's left? 1, 2, 3. So I've made, so I'm going to mark that one out and go ahead and draw those like this up here. So I made a group of 10. So that's 10. And I have 1, 2, 3 more. So that's 10 plus 3 more. 10, 11, 12, 13. So I know that 8 plus 5 is the same as 10 plus 3. When you look at this model, you see that you still had 8 and you still had 5, but we took 2 from the bottom and moved them up to make a group of 10. So now we have 10 and 3. So 8 plus 5 and 10 plus 3 both equal 13. You can also use a number line to do the same thing. If you had 8, you know that you're adding 5 more. So to get to a friendly 10, we need to go ahead and add 2 more. But what would you add to 2 to make 5? Well, let's see. We had 2, 3, 4, 5. So we had plus 2 to get to our 10 and plus 3 to get to our 13. So 8 plus 5 equals 13. I'm going to show you this same technique using my 10 frames down here. I had 8 children on the bus. So there's my 8 students that are on the bus. I know I need to add 5 more. So before I move to this lower 10 frame, I know I needed 5 more. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill up that first 10 frame and then add on the bottom what's left. So now I can easily see that I have a group of 10. So I have 10 plus 3. And that's the same as 8 plus 5. They both equal 13. So I just made this true and this true so that they both equal the same amount. Good job, mathematicians. For my next problem, where we're going to use making a 10 to add, I want you to make sure that you have your 10 frames and your counters or cubes ready. If you don't have 10 frames, you can easily draw it on your paper or go ahead and move your counters like they're in a 10 frame. So let's go ahead and look like this first one. There are 9 students on the bus. Then 4 more got on. How many students are on the bus now? So I know that there were 9 students on the bus. Then 4 more students got on the bus. How many students are on the bus now? Using your 10 frames, go ahead and try to use that making a 10 strategy. So if you're at 9, think about what you would have to do to get to 10 and then add the rest on. Pause the video, and when you're ready, hit play. And if you don't have your counters or cubes, you can always draw it out on your paper. Remember, a 10 frame is a long rectangle sliced in half with 4 lines down. Make sure that you only have 10 boxes in your 10 frame. All right, guys, let's go ahead and see how we did. So I'm going to show you my 10 frame, and I want you to help me to make it on my 10 frame. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that you can see my 10 frames. So here I have my double 10 frame. I made my 10 and then another 10. So my problem said that there are 9 students on the bus. So I'm going to go ahead and put my 9 students on the bus. There's my 9. So I had 9 students on the bus. And then 4 more got on. So I'm going to add 4 more. I see that there's an open place in my 10 frame. So I'm going to start by doing that one first. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know that now I've made a group of 10 because I filled in that first 10 frame. So I have 10 plus, how many's down here on the second 10 frame? 3. Now, did I take any counters away? No. I just made sure that as I filled them in, I filled in whatever was left in the first 10 frame before I started filling in the second 10 frame. Now, if I know that this is 10 and this is 3 more, I know that I have 10, 11, 12, 13. And that is the same as 9 plus 4 more. So if 10 plus 3 equals 13, then 9 plus 4 also equals 13. Making a 10 using our 10 frames can help us easily to add on and count our numbers because we know how to make a 10. And 10 is a friendly number. So I know if I start at 10, I can just count on from there. Good job, mathematicians. Let's do another one. My next question says, there are 6 green beads and 5 yellow beads on the bracelet. How many total beads are on the bracelet? If there are 6 green and 5 yellow, how many beads does that equal? Using your making a 10 strategy and your 10 frames, show me what is 6 green and 5 yellow equal to. When you're ready, hit play. Great job, mathematicians. I saw you working really, really hard. I went ahead and added our last one up on our chart. I drew out my 10 frames. I showed my 9, and then I counted on 4 more. So 9 plus 4 was 13, but it also made a 10, and that was 10 plus 3. I didn't take any counters away. I just looked at it in a different way. I saw that there were 9 and 4 and 10 plus 3. Let's see how we did on this one. I'm going to go ahead and draw on my 10 frames. I drew on my 10 frames. Can somebody tell me what equation would match if I had 6 green beads and 5 yellow beads? Great thinking. 6 plus 5 equals 6. So I'm going to start by showing my 6 up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, how many more do I need to add? That's right, I need to add 5. So can you count with me? Since I have some open spaces, I'm going to start up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now you'll notice that I colored my second number a different way so that I could tell that this was still 6 and this was still 5. Do you see what I did here? That's right, I made a 10. So I'm going to go ahead and circle my 10. So I have 10 plus, how many's left? 1. So I still have the 6 plus the 5, but now I also have the 10 plus the 1. And guys, what is 10 and 1 more? Yes, 10 plus 1 is 11. So that means that 6 plus 5 is also 11. So 6 plus 5 is the same as 10 plus 1 because 10 plus 1 equals 11 and 6 plus 5 also equals 11. So today we learned a new strategy, and it's called making a 10 to add. So if you start with your first number on your 10 frame, and then if there's any open spaces, start filling in your second number. You can circle your 10 and look and see how many more you have. Great job, mathematicians. We worked really hard today to make a 10 to add. I'll see you next time.